And then I'll use my Marines to kind of clean up this coastline here, basically. Which, by the way, you can now capture the island chain. Since we have no real fear of counterattack, we have naval supremacy, and we control the other side of the strait. So that's why I'm only using one Marine division.
That's that front just doubled in size in the last like 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna need to. Oh, sweet! We got our new close air support, Helldivers.
Do we not have a national focus?
Yeah, I'm not doing one right now. I'm just building up political power because the only other one left is to puppet El Salvador. So,
puppet the El Salvadorian menace.
Yes. Yeah, geez. We don't even have enough rubber for one line of super fortresses, so like all of our planes are being produced at subpar speed right now. Where did all the factories go that I was using to build like battleships and shit?
You're experiencing acute resource shortages.
Yeah, but I have factory shortages too. I thought those were from Japan, which I should still be in control of. You know what? It's probably because we put them on lax occupation policy, so we don't have as much access to their factory infrastructure. We might actually want to build some good old mounted police and station them in Japan just so that we can use their factories without pissing them off. Naval bombers, at this point, I don't think are going to be useful to us because we've thoroughly defeated the Soviet Navy, at least their Pacific Navy, which I think is probably their only navy. I mean, they probably have one in the North Sea somewhere, but air doctrine. We finished out the industrial tree completely except for synthetic oil refineries, which we might want to build eventually, but yeah. Strategic bombing, bomber defense. Actually, bomber defense, now that I think about it, might be a good idea just in case the Soviets get nuclear bombs.
We'll get them first. We have to.
I would be surprised if we didn't get them first, because we have free trade, which gives us a bonus to science output, and
the national focus is
don't
the
believe
Manhattan
the Soviets do.
Well, we have the Manhattan Project.
Right. Oh, they actually do have free trade. So we might actually get nukes at the same time. There you go. That doesn't make a lot of sense for, like, a hardcore Stalinist country to have free trade, but...
Well, they know what they have to do to survive. I mean...
Yeah.
They need nukes.
Whatever happened to communism in one nation? Wasn't that the whole dispute you had with the Mensheviks? I thought that was kind of a big deal, that you wanted to all be single state system and everything. No love for the whole, you know, workers of the world united across borders. Which I thought was a pretty good idea, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you, Bolsheviks. I thought that was maybe a little bit
Well, it made a good book.
Better solution, yeah. See, we're advancing really slow now because there are no roads out here, and it's really cold. There's lots of mud. So, luckily we're fighting divisions that just... If you think about logistically, to even get from their industrial center to get the troops out here is a challenge. So they're not getting a lot of reinforcements. They're not getting reinforcements very quickly. It's not like what Germany is facing right now, where they're pushing on the Soviet industrial heartland and having that rubber banding effect of all of the production and all of the manpower being thrown in to stop them.
How realistic will this be? I'd say it's actually, if it were to unfold exactly like this, it's unfolding fairly historically.
Yeah,
the Soviet Union is under assault from the Allies and the Axis on two sides. That would not go well for them.
Yeah, we're attacking into, you know, territory that is not the heartland of the Soviet Union, and also not like of critical importance to them. So it kind of makes sense that we're pushing them back this effectively, whereas the Germans have pretty much completely bogged down. I mean, Kiev has changed hands a couple of times, And now the UK is going to come in and cut off Sevastopol here. So
Sevastopol.
That could definitely change things. But the thing is, the UK is still fighting Germany, too. So it's a really interesting three-way world war. And, of course, we're not making any progress into Mongolia currently.
The Allies will, however,
so large.
Based on what I'm seeing, will be in a great position to ultimately triumph when the Soviet Union falls. It'll be a matter of course to beat Germany at that point.
Yep. I'm going to take one of these motorized divisions, whichever one. Yeah. Just go ahead and clean that up so we can focus on other parts of the front. And my Marines are now ready to... I want you to go to a port. Are you guys at a port? I want you to go to a port. I'm going to land them...
on that little isthmus there?
Actually, probably so we don't have to wait for naval invasion to tick up. We should just land them at this this port right here and march up and around Kamchatka, basically. Good old Patch. Patch has been one of the biggest MVPs of this entire war, actually. Also, I just realized I sent a motorized division to take a mountain region. Well, hills and forest, anyway. At least there's no mud right now. Not having to deal with the mud as much as we were. Let's take a look at Europe real quick. So the UK now has this big blob around Hungary.
It's funny, the UK might actually be undermining our war effort against the Soviet Union by hitting Germany from the south.
Here's the interesting thing. I think they landed at Odessa. I think they made a beachhead at the Black Sea, but now they've been cut off by Bulgaria, who is part of the Axis. So they might find themselves out of supplies and completely overrun if they're not careful. They really need to make a breakout and make an effort to keep this line of supply open, because right now they're going to be they're already taking major
attrition.
Can we
build roads in another country?
If we occupy the territory, yes we can. Like, we could start building road system in Korea and Manchuria right now if we wanted to.
There you have it. That's a yes.
It might actually be smart to start developing Japan. We'd have to wait till we get some military police over here, because obviously right now it would be a waste of time. But if we feel like the war is going to go on for a good bit longer and we're going to continue to hold this, it's a very rich region to develop for our own purposes.
No, there are puppets now, so aren't they?
Well, they're not. They aren't yet, because their faction is still in the war, so they are not considered defeated yet. Build some military factories in Georgia. Down in Georgia. But yeah, I think when the war is over, because we did War Plan Orange, we have the option to puppet them as part of the peace conference, which we will do given the opportunity. And we also want to claim all of these Pacific Islands as well. Oh, guess what? Our Monroe policy has succeeded again. We have the Argentine Republic, another democratic nation in the Americas. Brazil's still a little bit resistant to democracy, but it's getting there.
Yeah, it'll
Republic
happen.
of Peru is now a thing. Bolivia is still despicable neutrals because they won their civil war against the democratic partisans. Colombia is already democratic. Ecuador is fully democratic. Chile is democratic. Uruguay, Republic of Paraguay, they ousted their communist rulership. And of course Venezuela ousted the fascists. In terms of Central America, Panama's on our side, Costa Rica's on our side, Nicaragua's on our side, Honduras, Guatemala is still neutral, they're getting there. Ecuador, El Salvador is the only remaining fascist nation on the in the Americas, so we'll have to do something about that. Dominican Republic, which is now called the Representative Dominican Republic, because the Dominican Republic in real life was not really a republic at this point in history. Cuba, yeah. So our policy of enforcing mandatory democracy across the Americas has borne fruit, And there are only a few holdouts left.
Bolivia and El Salvador, which we can literally clean up in detail. Yep. I mean, that's trivial.
Alright, so you guys go ahead and just finish this up. They're attacking across the river, and they're not Marines, which is not ideal, but yeah, these Soviet divisions are just have no backbone to them right now. Come on, Patch. Get your guys ready for a very long, cold march. Fall of Rome.
That's
Who did
huge.
that? New Zealand. Way to go, Kiwis.
They made a naval landing in Rome.
I believe Rommel did actually say in World War II that if he had to invade hell, I don't remember which order it was, but he either said I'd use the New Zealanders to take it and the Australians to hold it, or the other way around. Like a lot of the German officers who had to fight Commonwealth troops had tons of respect for the Anzac forces. Shout out to our friends Peter and Dan and Xavier and all those guys down under. By the way, we have a large online tabletop RPG group.
I lived in New Zealand for a year.
That a lot of them are based in Australia. That we play over Skype and stuff like that. So.
I've got a long list of Kiwi friends
and
myself.
I actually have relatives in Australia as well. One of my uncles married an Aussie, and moved out there.
Nice country.
Yeah, very nice country. Okay, so it looks like our battle plan got kind of whacked up at some point, so I'm just gonna fix that. So we should probably take this province too. Am I drawing this with the right army? Yes, but I don't have them all selected, is what it looks like is the problem. Oh no, that's Eisenhower. Okay, Eisenhower already has his orders, so I just want
You gotta think the Soviets are gonna start getting some heart palpitations, though, as you continue to push. It's like, oh, you're about to cut them in half.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, see, I don't want you to invade from that direction, though. I appreciate the tactical gumption that you have, but thanks for everyone who's tuned in, by the way. I know Paradox is doing a stream right now, and a lot of you are probably playing the game. So we do appreciate those of you that did choose to join us over the other options you have today. And if you're watching this in the archive, we appreciate that as well. But I want them to go by water because that's going to be faster. All right. Well. This Marine division is getting a workout. They're getting their cardio in, for sure. I think because this battle line is so short, it's just confusing my men. So I'm just gonna delete it, and we're just gonna micro. We're gonna do some old school micro to close this up.
What's up, Sebastian Mueller? Welcome.
I'm curious how well my tank divisions are doing. I want to watch this battle just to see. So we have the 6th Armored Division. Yeah, well, it's hard to tell because the battle was over so quickly, but I've got some motorized that look like they might be out of supply. Yeah, we do have low supplies up here. It's like we're going to need to start building roads through the Russian steppe. This is a weird looking little salient here. I don't know if I ordered that or if they just forgot a couple provinces. I don't think I would have done that. I think I would have been smarter than that. But... Alright, so I think we've got our line pretty much where we want it, more or less. Yeah, there we go. lots of Soviet troops getting overrun, which is good for us, bad for them. And oh wow, Eisenhower's actually managed to push towards Ulaanbaatar, although our front is still ridiculously spread out. Actually, I should give him less territory to worry about, because yeah, Patton can hold a lot of this.
Can we check our casualties so far?
Yeah, I will do that. So I'm going to tell Eisenhower... Well, first I'm going to tell Patton to spread his guys out. So Patton is going to be responsible for all of this. And then Eisenhower, I really just need you to worry about... Make sure I'm grabbing the right handle here. We'll leave a little bit of overlap. But yeah, I'll shorten up his front and give him a chance to push forward a little bit more. That should also kind of solve our supply problem a little bit. Alright, our Marines are almost grouped up. Let's do some... a little bit of micro here, just to end this quicker. We have level 4 recon companies, which will be extremely helpful. It means we will almost always have the right tactics for the job.
So what are our casualty numbers?
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
thanks for reminding me. Yeah. So, the Japanese-American War is probably where we've taken the most casualties. We've taken 300,000, but we inflicted...
so much.
Almost 800,000 on the Japanese. We're also involved... I think we're involved in the German-Polish War. Actually, no, we're not. We're still not involved in... Phalangist Poland. I don't even... Is that fascist Poland? I don't even know.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's nobody.
I've never seen that country before. That might be the fascist Polish state. So the Soviet-Iranian War...
I think that's us.
No. Is it the Soviet-Iraqi War? No. It should be called the Soviet-Turkish War, actually. Yeah, there it is. Duh. The Soviets have lost 1.59 million. UK 123,000. Turkey 328. We've only lost 46,000 people.
Oh my God, we're rolling
fighting the Soviets so far.
We're rolling
these are hyper elite divisions with the best equipment available anywhere in the world, the best training available anywhere in the world. So,
how goes our nuclear progress?
Nuclear update. We are 42 days away from
basically
having
there.
Bombs. How many reactors do we have?
And then some cities are becoming glass.
Yeah. Let's say how many reactors we have. It does not. We should probably build some more though. Because why not? We'll put one in Pennsylvania, New York, and Virginia. Virginia's a little dangerous because we don't want the Nazis to seize it. And that is where they invaded in Man in the High Castle, was Virginia. So I think our Navy is going to stop any such notions in their tracks, though. So we are going to be taking a lot more casualties now that we're fighting across the Russian steppe, though. We're still at a slight mechanized equipment deficit, but thanks to our maintenance companies, we're not losing equipment at nearly the pace that we might be. We have very advanced maintenance teams with all of our motorized and armor, and now we have even more advanced maintenance teams. Let's see, maintenance company 4. +5. So let's check in our division designer what the total reliability gain is. Plus 40% reliability overall. Yeah. So.
How many wars are we involved in? Quite a few.
We're at war with everybody. Well, the Allies are at war with everybody. So blue is people who are on our side right now. Green is us, and red is people we're fighting. So not a whole lot of neutral countries left.
Jesus, bro.
Yeah. What's going on?
Average rent where we left.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we were just reading about Bay Area rent. We lived there until
we moved
not long ago.
Yeah, the Hafers lived in Brisbane, over in San Mateo, and
near San Mateo.
Near San Mateo,
or San Mateo County. Yeah,
I was just over there in San Mateo County. I lived in myself. I lived in oh my gosh, Contra Costa. There we go. Lovely Pleasant Hill, California, and yeah, it's gone up. We moved a year ago, and it's gone up a lot.
There
a lot.